You're just dorky sometimes. So. Dorky daddy.
The first impression is the most important, so make it an easy one. That's why I always do Julia Childs. And you baste the chicken like this, because it's the easiest impression to make. My name is Joshua Strasbaugh, and I have an 8-month-old son named Levi Strasbaugh.
My name is Walter Denton. I have 2 daughters aged 10 and 13.
Hi, I'm Jerry Bunt, and I have 5 boys, ages in range in age from 24 to 30, and 7 grandchildren, range from 1 week to 6 years.
Hello, my name is Steve Donahue. I have 2 children, Hannah, who is 11, and Sam, who is 9.
The fun thing about being a dad is to watch the children grow older. Each phase of their life is wonderful and fascinating in its own way. And to see them grow and to develop and just develop their own personalities is a joy.
Being a dad is probably the most rewarding thing in the world. I mean, I thought first being in the Air Force was very rewarding, but having the honor of being a parent, because God has entrusted these children to us. Yes, it's trying at times, but God also placed a very good Christian lady in my path and has made it much easier for us.
Imagine every parent would have this answer, and that would be seeing your child go through some physical or emotional distress, whether they got hurt or they're sick or maybe something didn't go their way. I know that sometimes your kids go through things and you have to just be there with them and you want to help them and maybe you just can't, but it's all part of the growing up process. But the best thing you can do is just be there and love them all the way through it.
The hardest thing about being a dad in my situation has been the prospect of not being a dad anymore. Going through cancer and several different treatments and a month in the hospital with a stem cell transplant. Having to face mortality when your children are young and wondering whether you'll see their graduations, whether you'll be able to be there for their weddings, to be able to experience their development was a difficult challenge to deal with.
The love that I have for Levi, I have to remember that that's the love that God has for me. It's hard when you never have a child to understand that love and that connection. Aaron and I got a dog right after we got married, and I love my dog to death, but there's nothing that compares to the love that you have for your own child. So to think of the connection that God has with all of us, you get a sense of that when you have your own child.
Being a dad has been a miraculous impact on my faith. I've told people a story of walking in downtown St. Louis and my son, he found a dollar bill, and we looked around and I told him, since you found the dollar bill and we can't seem to find out who owns it, you can keep the dollar bill. So we walk another block or so and we see a homeless person there, and being the protective father I am, I try to guide my family around this person, and we get a few feet past the person and he taps me on the arm and says, "Dad, I want to give that dollar to this person." He taught me that day on how I should always care for other people, and it was amazing just to see him being what God wants everybody to be. So on that day I learned from him.
Happy wife, happy life. That is true. Take care of your wife and know that she has a really difficult job of being a mom, and so do everything you can to help her out.
Again, hug your kids, let them know that you do love them. Always be there for them. Many times where they think that a door closes, but you always leave a window open.
Don't worry about it so much. If you want to read books, fine. I didn't read books about being a dad. I think the best thing you can do is love your kids and love God. Try to teach them what's important, and everything will fall into place.